Hey guys, it's Lizzie. Someone says I'm depressed as well. Oh my gosh, yeah. I did not want to wake up this morning. I didn't want to live stream. I didn't want to go to Bible study. I didn't want to film my video I just filmed, and I had to do all of it without music because I gave up music for Lent. It's the saddest thing ever. Because music is like an immediate dopamine release. I don't know if you guys know this. So whenever I'm in depression, I just jam music and it's like a dopamine release, which is so easy because like working out really helps when you're in depression because it immediately gives you serotonin, but you have to like work out, which it's so hard to work out when you're in depression. I always have no energy. But pray for the koalas. I know, literally the world is ending. So many things are happening. Like the tornado in Nashville. So my boyfriend lived in Nashville for 3 years, so I would go there to visit him all the time. And one of the churches is called the Church of the Assumption. One of the stained glass windows broke in the tornado. It was a Joseph one. So hi everyone, much love from New Jersey. Lizzie, always praying for you, girl. God is with you always. That's so nice. I'm gonna cry. I literally feel like crying. Anyways, thumbs up the video if you're here. Also, I don't really know what we're gonna talk about today. We can talk about bipolar disorder if you want. But I just filmed a video how to regrow your brain, which I'm serious about this because when you're depressed and in depression for a long time, your brain literally shrinks, which is why you forget everything because your hippocampus is like, but you can grow it again by doing different things. So I have all these ideas and everything. So yeah, love and prayers for Belgium. Lizzie, can we talk about LGBT? We talked about it so many times, but we can if we really need to. But I get so bored talking about sex all the time. And oh my gosh, guys, I'm collabing with Tim Gordon. We're making a video together. We're set to film it on Friday, so that's gonna go up. I'm also making a collab with a natural family planning expert. So we're gonna do an interview together. That's gonna be up on my channel next week as well. So after the God is Great collab, you guys really love the God is Great collab. So I decided to start collabing with more people. So Tim Gordon and I and his brother, who I need to learn his name. Can you guys explain to me? So Tim Gordon's YouTube channel, I shouldn't be talking about this on YouTube. I should do research. But anyways, I watch his videos that his brother is in. I don't know how long they've been doing YouTube, so I guess I can ask them in their interview how long they've been doing that. But anyways, we're gonna make a video. Can Catholics vote Democrat? We're gonna talk about that, and it's not gonna be a debate. Originally, I thought we were gonna be debating each other. I thought it was just gonna be Tim Gordon and me debating each other. And I thought to the Trent Horn debate, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Trent Horn and Tim Gordon had debated each other on feminism because Tim Gordon has some pretty radical views on against feminism and Trent Horn is pro certain types of feminism. So they debated each other and it was like the most entertaining thing I've ever listened to, the most stressful thing I've ever listened to, the most intense thing I've ever listened to, the most assertive, interrupting thing I've ever listened to. It was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, wow, I have to be this intense and have another debate. And I was like, ah! So I was really nervous about that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to be like the most intense version of my personality for this. But then he was like, this is just gonna be a discussion. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I thought it was gonna be like a debate. Thank you for the donation, Dino. That's so sweet. Cheer up in this valley of tears, Lizzie. Have you heard about people having rapture dreams? No. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Oh, someone requested that I bring this into the video. They're like, what happened to your eyelash cup? Because I had this cup in my video, and then I have this, so. So can Catholics vote Democrat? You guys have to wait for the debate, which isn't a debate. The debate. So we're gonna discuss if Catholics vote Democrat. You guys know my political views. So, oh, also, what are your guys' view on the election yesterday? It's kind of sketchy that Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar, however you pronounce it, Pete and Amy dropped out of the election right before Super Tuesday, and then supported Joe Biden. I wonder what happened. I know what happened. Joe Biden offered them a position in his future administration. So that's why they dropped off, so all their votes could go to him. Obviously, it's so sketchy. And I actually watched an interview with Andrew Yang, who also was running for president. And he said that Joe Biden has continually kept calling him. So Joe Biden is trying to get Yang to say, Yang gang, vote for him. So Yang gang, yeah, and so Yang isn't like giving in like the other people. So Trump 2020, hi, how are you doing? I'm in depression today. Obama leaned on Pete and almost certainly Amy too. Oh, you think so? Have you heard of the chastisement of Our Lady of Akita? Maybe I've read about Our Lady of Akita. Do whatever you can to win. Hello, Lizzie, watching you from Panama. I don't know. I don't know who to vote for because I don't like anybody. When is your election coming up? I know who I'm voting for. Whoever will help the most people. Honestly, let's be utilitarian about it. Even though I hate utilitarianism, but that's kind of how I work. What do you think about the legalization of gay marriage? So I recently read a church document I was just talking to my friend about. He was like, are you going to share this in a YouTube video? How you read this church document? And I was like, yeah, probably eventually it'll come up. So it just came up. He was probably praying for this moment. So I always believed, even when I was against... Okay. So growing up, my church was against gay marriage, and so I was because my church was. When I was in college, I had this eye-opening moment where there were all these students who shared their experiences as gay Christians and how they'd been kicked out of their Christian schools, their parents had abandoned them, they'd lost so many friends because they came out as gay. And they were like crying about the whole experience, tearing up, telling us. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. That just because someone is gay, they shouldn't be allowed to be a Christian. So my mind is extremely black and white. And so I thought at the time that because they had been isolated from their communities and had these horrible experiences with how people had reacted, my mind is very black and white. And so I assumed that if you are against gay marriage, that automatically means that you're going to put people through this awful, heartbreaking experience. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I believe that Catholicism is the third way, that there's another way, that you don't have to abandon people, make them feel horrible about themselves, tell them they cannot be a Christian, tell them they can't have a relationship with God, kick them out of school, tear them away from their families. You don't have to do that, but you can also have a sexual ethic that is traditional Christian sexual ethics. So... thank you for the donation. Hey, Lizzie, bipolar 1 crash here, so I understand. Aww. So there's a third way, which is where I currently am at. And as Catholics, I read a church document. It was specifically written to Catholic politicians. So obviously we're not politicians, but what it said to the politicians is that in your legislative bodies, you should vote in a way that does not push for the legalization of gay marriage. And that's what the Vatican document said. So as Catholics, Catholic politicians are bound by that. And if they're going against that, if there's Catholic politicians who voted for that, then they're going against the Catholic Church. And I think they can even be refused communion because they're going against the Catholic Church. So as voters, it's a little bit different because both parties have different positions. So there are Republican positions that are against Catholicism, like pro-death penalty. They're against a lot of immigration policies, whereas, you know, the bishops in the US are more pro-immigration. A lot of their healthcare plans, they want to get rid of health insurance for certain people. So anyways, the Republican Party has some parts of it that are not very Catholic. The Democrat Party has some parts of it that are not very Catholic, particularly the legalization of abortion and the legalization of gay marriage. So as an American voter, each party has things that are not Catholic in them. And so you can't say that one party is the Catholic Party. You can't vote for one party because it's the more Catholic party, because both have policies that are not Catholic. In fact, the issues I just shared, obviously people say abortion is the most important issue to them. We will be talking about in the debate that I have, in the discussion I have with Tim Gordon and his brother, with the Gordon brothers, I will call them, we're going to discuss the issue of abortion and if the issue of abortion means that Catholics cannot vote Democrat. So, preview to the conversation, Pope Benedict XVI released a statement saying that Catholics who vote Democrat, and I actually had to, I learned this recently. So as Catholics, we cannot be for the legalization of abortion. So you can vote for a politician who legalizes abortion, but in voting for them, you have to vote for them for other reasons than the fact that you want to legalize abortion. If you vote Democrat and you, in your mind, want abortion to be legal, you have to go to confession. And I didn't know that. So like in the past, I wanted abortion to be legal as a Christian, even when I was against abortion. But as Catholics, if you want to receive communion, you cannot be for abortion being legal, which is harsh. Like, I wish that we could just have compromise in the country and have gay marriage legalized and have abortion legalized, which right now we do. I wish we could just get along and like give people these things so everyone gets along. But as Catholics, we are bound by the church to personally not want abortion to be legalized and not want gay marriage legalized. That doesn't mean you can't vote Democrat. You can vote Democrat according to the Pope Benedict XVI statement. You are able to receive communion as long as you vote for those politicians for other reasons. So, and they have to be huge, huge reasons, which in the discussion I have with the Gordon brothers, I'm going to share my huge, huge reasons for voting Democrat. Mainly because the abortion rate always decreases when Democrats are in federal office. Oh no, Lizzie, what happened? I'm just in depression, so it's kind of like you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed after sleeping for 13 hours. But I went to Bible study and then I felt a lot better. Lizzie, you're not Catholic. According to my priest and according to my confessor, I am. Thank you so much for answering my question. You're welcome. I hope that answered your question really well. I spent like an hour reading through the church document, and then I went to different Aquinas articles to understand what the church document said. I like read the footnotes and stuff, so I read it really well. I involved my boyfriend in the process because they were using different technical language I didn't understand, so a lot of different things. So I'm in depression too. I barely have enough energy to do things. Isn't it so sad? Why are you depressed, Lizzie? No reason at all. In bipolar disorder, you just like randomly go into depression. And when is your memoir coming out? I'm not allowed to talk about it. What is the Pope Benedict statement? So DM me on Twitter if you want me to send you my Google Doc that has all my research in, but we're gonna go over it in the video. Yeah, like we randomly go into depression. Mary the Virgin may bless you through your depression. Aww. Hey Lizzie, you told me to DM you a while ago. Did you see it? No, it would have red receipts if I saw it. Hi Lizzie. Hi love. Conservatives take away quality issues that lead to abortion. Exactly. So, and I mean, I think the Gordon brothers are going to agree with me that both parties are pretty horrible. So, it's difficult to vote, right? I'm currently a registered Democrat, but I'm not a Democrat. Like, I don't identify with the Democrat Party anymore just because the DNC is extremely corrupt and I'm just really over it. So, that doesn't mean I won't vote for Democrat politicians sometimes, but I don't identify as a Democrat anymore, so. Republicans are pro-birth, not pro-life. I agree completely. You know, they don't want social programs to help the baby once the baby is born. It's just pro-fetus, and then they want to cut, like Obama. Like, Trump recently cut food stamps, and it's like, yay, we cut food stamps. And it's like, what if people are hungry now and don't have food? So, Trail Reeves, thank you for the donation. He says, any party that votes against treating babies born alive after failed abortions is the party of death. There is no way to be moral and vote for them. that's your opinion, but according to Pope Benedict XVI, you can receive Holy Communion and are worthy to receive Holy Communion if you vote for them for proportionate reasons, which you could argue is not proportionate, but pro-death, but reducing abortion, I think, is proportionate. I'm a registered Republican, but there's a lot of issues I'm having with siding with said party. Yeah, same. We should start a Catholic party. Lizzie for president. Ugh, I would never want to be president. It sounds horrible. What is this abortion all about you're talking? Is a pope infallible in saying who can take communion? That's an interesting thing to say, like what the statement is. Maybe Trevor for president. Trevor has no political science background. He's not qualified to be president in any way. Trevor's a great scholar, but not when it comes to poli-sci. Well, there's the American Solidarity Party, which is sort of Catholic. Do you believe in evolution as a Catholic? Yes, Catholics have to believe in evolution. Technically, you don't have to believe in evolution to be a Catholic. Like, you can be a stupid Catholic, but the church encourages everyone to believe in evolution. So there's some people who don't, but it's kind of like the weird people in the group who it's kind of like, how are you here? Why are you still here? Why is this confusing to you? So, Vincent, Lizzie, did you see my post on Instagram? Yes. So if you're like, Catholic scientists in the Middle Ages created the university system, built so many hospitals. It was Catholic scientists like Mendel who made huge strides in genetics, in evolution, in astronomy with Galileo. Like, there are so many Catholic scientists. And so literally evolution, the theory of evolution was able to become a theory because of past Catholic scientists. And so the church officially has a statement that we believe in evolution. So anyone who doesn't, Galileo was wrong too. You can be a stupid Catholic. Lizzie 2020, I should put that on a t-shirt. Also, if you just got here, make sure to thumbs up the video. Let's get the video to 100 thumbs up. Also, linked below is a link to my merch store. I have mugs, t-shirts, bags, stickers, and phone cases designed Lizzie's Answers style. So we have a St. Peter collection, St. Peter and the Keys to the Kingdom of Heaven on t-shirts. So on one side is Peter's face. It's very artsy and like church art vibe. So there's Peter's face, and on the back it says, I will give thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And then it says, P.S. check out Isaiah 20 to 22, 21, 20 to 22. Someone correct me right now. Anyways, so it has Peter and then the two verses about the Pope. The Isaiah verse, it talks about the second in command position to the king, who is called the steward. And so the keys of the kingdom of heaven is referring to the steward position in the Old Testament that Isaiah talks about. And the steward literally wore keys around his neck. And so it wasn't a metaphor when Jesus is like, I will give you the keys. He's like, you will be the steward position. So, yeah, so the merch has St. Peter and the Bible verses. And then there's mugs that have St. Peter and the Bible verse on it. And then there are phone cases with Peter on it, iPhone and Samsung. And then we also have stickers of Peter. We also have stickers with my face on them. We have bags with my face on them. We have t-shirts with, for Lent, I'm giving up the Protestant Reformation. And then on the back have a Vatican flag. Mugs that say, for Lent, I'm giving up the Protestant Reformation, with the Vatican flag on it, as well as art. And then we have stickers with my quote on it. You can have the church without the Bible, but you can't have the Bible without the Catholic Church. So I have that on a bag and on a sticker. So anyways, go click on the link in the video description, check out the merch store. It really helps to support my channel and it gets you cool Catholic stuff to show off. So again, there are stickers, phone cases, t-shirts, tote bags, and mugs. So go check it out. They have St. Peter and then Vatican and Lent themed. So I'm really excited to come out with new collections, and it's hilarious to me because I see everything that people buy, and people literally buy stuff with my face on it. And it's so funny, like people are going around with my face. So, but most of it is just Catholic stuff. I'm not only selling my face. Only a few things have my face on them. I love you. I love you too, Vani. I tuned in at a weird time. What's happening with evolution and the church? So I said a statement. You can be a stupid Catholic, Lizzie 2020. And I said that as Catholics, the church encourages everyone to believe in evolution, but you technically don't have to be an evolution. So I said, you can be a stupid Catholic. Like, you can be non-intellectual and reject objective science if you want to, but the church encourages everyone to not be stupid and to observe objective science. So I know that will offend anyone. No, Lizzie, see, this is a stupid Catholic right here who doesn't believe in evolution. They're gonna totally unsubscribe now. I called them out on a live stream. But the catechism doesn't permit it. The catechism doesn't permit evolution. Lizzie, can you make merch for cafeteria Catholics like me? What do you mean? Are you serious? Cafeteria Catholic is heretical Catholic. So Taylor Marshall made a post about this the other day. So cafeteria Catholic means you don't accept all the church's teachings. So another term people use for that is liberal Catholic. But Taylor Marshall was like, you're not a liberal Catholic, you're a heretic. So let's stop using the word cafeteria, let's stop using the word liberal, and just say heretical Catholic. Let's start saying you're a heretical Catholic. Taylor Marshall 2020. So he literally said Catholics in our language, let's stop saying liberal Catholic. So Marshall was right. I love you in your videos, Lizzie. I love you too. My dad once got into an intense debate with a creationist after Mass once. How did that come up? Was it in the homily? There was no way to know whether or not evolution is true. Oh my freaking gosh. Okay, so you think the church is wrong on this? Like, the church that created science. Brian Holdsworth did a really good video on the Galileo drama. Yeah, go watch Brian Holdsworth's video on the Galileo, because it's completely taken out of context. Galileo's mathematics, his formula was wrong. So his conclusion was true, but the math was wrong. So that's why the church condemned him, because the math was wrong. It turned out there was another formula that got to the same conclusion that made it a good conclusion. Does that make sense? So his math was horrible. So he got to the right conclusion, but through the wrong math. So they looked at it and they're like, your math is wrong. It's objectively wrong. So that's why he was condemned. Not that they couldn't accept the theory. So later when someone did a decent, well, not decent, when they did legit calculations that were right, then they accepted it. Aliens? You guys. I'm joining the Church of Christ soon. Is this a prank comment? Do you have any advice? God has brought me there. Do you have any advice? Get ready to sing a lot. I love the a cappella singing in Church of Christ. I think it's beautiful. Get ready to socialize and meet a lot of people. Do I believe in aliens? I don't know. The church... Lizzie, I mean, welcome everyone. Thumbs up in the video. Yeah, guys, thumbs up the video. Let's get the thumbs up. Also, if you haven't clicked on the link below, go to my merch store, click on the link, check out the merch. Do you believe that Protestants will go to heaven? I'm gonna make a video on this soon, but we don't know. The Catholic position officially is maybe, possibly, we don't know. Lizzie, are four-leaf clovers, horseshoes, and wishing wells evil? Oh my gosh, that makes me so tired just reading. What do you even mean? Love you, Lizzie. Love you too. Everyone know... Thank you for the donation, but we're gonna need to remove this comment. Are you okay, Lizzie? No, I'm in depression today. And it just happens randomly where you go into depression and you sleep like 13 hours and have no energy. So that's what's going on. So strange. How did I get here? YouTube is a rabbit hole. Are you not a subscriber to my channel, but YouTube recommended this? Everyone send heart emojis to cheer Lizzie up. Aw, Lizzie, cheer up. Guys, okay, that's a horrible thing to say to someone in depression. Cheer up. It's like, no, right now, my brain, okay, so this is like base level how most people feel, and then this is depression, and this is mania. So my brain is just like, and there's nothing I can do to cheer up. Heart emojis won't cheer me up because I'm in depression. Bernie in 2020. Who would you guys vote for if it was between Bernie and Biden? If Trump wasn't an option, would you guys vote for Bernie or Biden, and why? You'd leave? Do you offer your depression up when you go through it? No, but I probably should start doing that, right? Bernie. I would never vote for warmonger Biden. Biden for sure. Bernie. So he legalized marijuana. Biden. Your smile, it's fire though. I don't know. Who is Biden? What country do you live in? In the US? So many heart emojis. Thank you for loving me. It does make me feel better. Vote for Trump if you want to live. Lizzie, you are bad. Bernie because Biden is a heretical Catholic. That's actually a good reason. Like, why so you'd rather have a non-Catholic than a heretical Catholic? Is that how you feel? Thank you for the donation. I know popes can be wrong, but does that extend to when people can't get communion? It concerns me that can be fallible. I don't know the answer to this question. Here, I'm gonna screenshot it. And I'll try to bring it up in the discussion I have with the Gordon bros. Stay on your meds and know this shall pass too. Trump isn't that bad. Joe Biden appears to be falling very quickly and maybe dealing with dementia. I think he does have dementia because of some of the things he said. And like Trump has retweeted a couple of video clips like recently. I don't know if he was joking or not, but they were talking about this on Relevant Radio today, and I saw it on Twitter because Trump posted it. So I think he might have been making a joke, but he pointed to his wife, and he's like, my sister, and pointed to his sister, and is like, my wife. And I don't know if he was making a joke, or if he got confused, or if he has dementia. What do you guys think? Trump has dementia where he started... Trump is a sociopath. He has sociopathic personality disorder. 100%. Because he gaslights everyone. He's so charming. He's so funny. He thinks he's above the law. He is above the law, basically. Lizzie, I'm going to pray a rosary for you. Thank you. Aw, thank you so much. I've got to go. But, sending love. Thank you for the donation, Hope. Vote for Trump. He will help the most people. Unborn babies are people too. But abortions decrease when Democrats are president. He was confused. I know, but like because he's developing dementia, like I don't know what the deal is. At least Trump is not murdering babies. Trump is crazy. He just has a personality disorder where he doesn't have a conscience. Thank God for Donald Trump. I voted for Trump and I'll vote for him again. Trump is very hubristic. He cites Bibles like it's author. That's so funny. But okay, the problem is why do people ask him to sign their Bibles? You're beautiful though. Lizzie, do you know anything about autistic and Down syndrome children in church teaching? Well, they can be baptized and they can receive communion. That's weird that they were denied catechism class. That seems really wrong. Yes, Lizzie is beautiful. Trump should not be signing Bibles. I know, that's so bad. Signing Bibles. I can understand actually why someone would want him to sign their Bible. Because think about it, like, you want someone to like sign an autograph, sign a t-shirt, sign your face, and someone's like, I love the Bible, it's like my favorite book, and I love Trump, he's my favorite person, I want him to sign my Bible. Why are you trying to diagnose Trump? So I actually had 2 roommates who are sociopaths, and me and my friend did a lot of research on it. There were a lot of us living together in a giant apartment. And one of my other friends did a lot of research on the situation just because they kept cutting people out of their lives, kicking people out of the apartment, like threatening people, lying all the time. Just really weird behavior. But attracting so many friends and like having so many friends and being like the nicest people ever, and then like they would look at you and like be so charming and then like turn it off and then like have no empathy. Just really weird behavior. And so because of that, my friend and I both did a lot of research into sociopaths, and we realized like, oh, our 2 friends literally have a personality disorder where they don't have a conscience and are not able to feel empathy. So after that situation, I looked at Trump and what he was doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, he has the same behavior. So I wasn't trying to diagnose him. Does that make sense? Like, I saw it in my personal life, and then I understood it. Because everyone was trying to diagnose Trump with different mental illnesses, and he doesn't have a mental illness. He just has a personality disorder, which is technically a mental illness, but... I don't think we can accurately psychoanalyze him. I think we can. I don't think I'll vote. I don't feel like it's a choice I can make. I don't want to feel responsible for whatever any of them do. Okay, this is the most important thing about voting. I might make a voter's guide 2019 video. 2020? See, now I'm being like Biden. So I'm in depression today. I have an excuse. So, that's so bad that we're mocking Biden, but it's so easy. They were mocking Biden on Relevant Radio today. Relevant Radio talks about politics. I was like shocked. I thought they were, because I've been listening to Relevant Radio so much, because I literally can't listen to music because I gave that up for Lent, and they talk about politics a lot. Anyway, so 2020 Voters Guide, Lizzie 2020 Voters Guide. The most important candidates in your life are local candidates. The people who will or will not poison your water supply, start charging $30 for parking at nature parks and the beach, planting, spending the budget, increasing local taxes on ridiculous plants, not funding your children's public school education. These little parts of your daily life affect your life way more than these huge federal and state politicians. And state policies affect you more than federal policies on average. So it's way more important to research your local judges, your local water person, your local parks and rec, your local mayor. It's so important to research those positions. So a lot of people think, oh, I'll just vote for president and then I'll vote down Republican or vote down Democrat. So it's way more important to research local judges, governor, and I mean it. There have been several cities in the US that have had a poisoned water supply and literally given children brain damage, like permanent brain damage. And you know why? Because people were like, I don't want to vote this year because I don't like the presidential candidates. That's one of like 30 things you're voting for. And so I always spend obviously I'm constantly paying attention to national politics. But I always spend like 2 to 3 hours researching all of the local candidates and Googling and reading reviews of them and reading different op-eds talking about them. Like, it's so important who your local politicians are. And you're gonna get super sketchy, inadequate, corrupt, lazy people running your city if you don't do research into it. So it's really, really important. And if you want to, you can do the research together with your family or your friends. If you guys agree ideologically, you can do research together, discuss it, bring evidence, all of that. But I highly recommend always voting. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to vote. Say, oh, I'm not going to vote on the presidential candidate this year. But don't say, oh, I'm not going to vote this year. Like, that's so stupid. There's 20 other people to vote for. So never say, I'm not going to vote. Say, I'm not going to vote on this one candidate. I'm having a breakthrough after hearing a 20-year-old talk with so much life experience. I'm not voting for Trump now. In today's gospel are you voting for Bernie instead now? I'm shocked. In today's gospel reading, Jesus mentioned the sign of Jonah. Do you know what that means, Lizzie? No. What does the sign of Jonah mean? I'm sad because my cat is dying of old age. Oh my gosh, my cat will be too soon. It's so freaking sad when a cat has been around your whole life. You can also vote blank to make a statement. Do some people have just bipolar tendencies? So I personally think that everything is on a spectrum, but when it comes to bipolar diagnosis, it's pretty black and white. Like, if you have a manic episode, you're bipolar. And so you can't have like sort of a manic episode. You know what I mean? Like, you either have a manic episode or you don't. There's something called cycloclithmic disorder, which is like sort of manic, sort of depressed, like up and down, but not like up and down, just like up and down. So that's called cycloclithmic disorder. So it's sort of bipolar, but other than that, you can't be like sort of bipolar. You're either a manic episode or you're not. The sign of Jonah is the resurrection. Jonah's 3 days in the whale are Christ's 3 days in the underworld. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Alexander. That's great. So the sign of Jonah is him being in the whale for 3 days and then coming out of the whale and being resurrected. Which also, as Catholics, we don't have to believe that someone was literally in a whale. Lizzie, sometimes you have to choose the better of the two evils. The Democrat Party kills babies and doesn't respect the sanctity of traditional marriage. Those are biggies. Lizzie doesn't have a real cat. She only has a stuffed animal. My parents do, though, at home. That's like my cat. I'm drinking coffee pretty late. What would you say is a misconception of Catholics? Misconception that Catholics have about Protestants or that Protestants have about Catholics? Lizzie, do you speak Russian? Yani pani mayu! Pajum! What does your candle smell like? It's called Caramel Amber Bonfire. Sub to my channel, Lizzie. You should film a video with your cat next time you go to Florida. I should. I feel like I did. He was in my live stream. Lizzie, what you drinking? Water, I'm guessing? Yes. Where are you from? I grew up in Russia, Ohio, Indiana, Florida, Kentucky, and California. Everyone write in Trevor on your ballot. Oh my gosh, guys. So when you're voting, which every single one of you is going to vote in this election, you can leave certain candidates blank, but you're going to vote in the election for your local politicians, for your governor, for your, okay, like we literally have representatives and senators within your state. You have like state senators, state representatives. Like, why are you guys not going to research that? Trevor 2020. Guys, so on your ballot, write Trevor B. Williams for president. If you don't, I'm going to tweet this out, dude. This is hilarious. I'm 19. It's my first presidential election. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I was 18 when it was my first presidential election. I was like, yes, immediately. Trevor 2020. Why Catholic instead of Orthodox? I recommend a book called Upon This Rock by Stephen K. Ray. It explains. Tell him we are voting for him. Okay, I will. What are your thoughts on compulsory voting? I wish we had that. In Brazil, it's compulsory voting, which is Catholic country, which is interesting. Trevor 2020. I would vote Lizzie 2020. Trevor, 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 Trevor. So if Jesus starting something historical, it was true. Lizzie, what do you think about candidates lying about their ethnicity? Every time Trump tweets about Elizabeth Warren, he's like, Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. Like, I don't like Trump at all, but he's so funny. And it's horrible. That's why he's a sociopath. Because he's a horrible person. He's very unethical. Very unethical. But, like, he'll do anything to get elected, right? And then he just says these hilarious things like mini Mike Bloomberg, Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. What is he calling Biden now? Idea pitch. You should make a video about the historical evidence of the resurrection. That's a good idea. That should be my next video. Hey, Alexa. Oh no, my Alexa's unplugged right now. Can someone tweet me to remind me about the resurrection? What do you think is the most important political issue as a Catholic other than abortion? Healthcare. Catholics invented hospitals, and Jesus on earth was constantly healing people, and the church has always been about medical miracles and praying for people who are sick and medical science to heal people. And so I think healthcare is so intertwined in being Catholic and into Catholicism. So that's why, like, with Obamacare, I wouldn't have health insurance right now without Obamacare, because it was illegal for people with bipolar disorder to buy health insurance before Obamacare. It was something called pre-existing conditions, where insurance companies literally made it illegal to buy health insurance. Like, I wouldn't have been able to have health insurance. So if Trevor got elected as president, how would you feel about being the first lady? Oh my gosh, I would have my fashion analyzed all the time. I would be wearing crop top dresses as the first lady, you know? How they have like those one dresses where it's like a skirt and then it's like a crop top here and then it's like, you know what I mean? That's what I would be wearing as first lady, and heels all the time. Jesus also mentioned Noah as a historical person. How old were you when you had your first manic episode? Manic episode was in 2017, so I was 19 years old when I had my first like straight up manic episode, but I had hypomanic episodes when I was 18. Super Tuesday was a disaster for Bernie. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You're not reading it well. So the states are not winner take all. So I was confused about this. I read several articles about how it works, and I was shocked that I didn't know before how the Democrat primary worked. I think, like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't know. Maybe I forgot. I must have forgotten when I was in depression. Anyways, guys, so Biden won the majority of votes in a lot of states, but it wasn't like he won 90% of the votes. Bernie won a lot of the votes in those states as well. So they're like, Biden won the state, but he won 60% of the votes. Bernie won 40% of the votes. In like a lot of the states, it was like that. So Bernie won the majority of the votes in California, which is the biggest state. It's huge. And so Bernie has less votes than Biden by like a few dozen, but they each have like over 200 delegates right now. So he's a little lower, but it's not that much. So they made it look like some of the graphs I read were really deceptive, and they were like, Bernie won Virginia, Bernie won Minnesota, Bernie won whatever state. And then they're like, Biden won Colorado, Bernie won, am I saying this backwards? Biden won Virginia, Biden won Minnesota, Bernie won Colorado, Bernie won California. But in reality, they're both winning delegates from all the states. So he's barely behind him. The owner of Hobby Lobby has prospered with capitalism and given away millions. Absolutely, I love capitalism. But Bernie was expected to win Massachusetts and Minnesota. He drastically underperformed, but he still won a lot of delegates in those states. Delegates. Amen, Lizzie. Okay, my comment got skipped. Trevor 2020. James, don't smear anyone with that word here. Time to leave. Capitalism has led to so much slaughter. Trevor 2020, the hero we wanted and the hero we needed. I can't remember if it was Greek or Hebrew. Capitalism is not condemned by the church. I know Greek. I've never heard RCC condemn capitalism. Lizzie, make a video. Did Jesus have siblings? I already have a video called The Perpetual Virginity of Mary. So go look up Lizzie's Answers, Mary Perpetual Virginity, and my video will come up. I made it when I was Protestant, but I was in RCIA. I saw the Ahava factory in Israel. Oh my gosh, I literally have their lotion like right over there. It's so good. I use it every time I travel because my skin on airplanes, like I've been using it a lot lately, my skin gets so dry. Capitalism is a Protestant invention. I like capitalism is great, but it needs to be heavily regulated. So it depends on how much regulation there is. Does being vegan help with your depression? So it doesn't really matter whether or not you're vegan. It matters whether or not you get enough omega-3 in your diet. So it's pretty easy to get omega-3 as a vegan. You just have to eat a lot of avocado, almond butter, peanut butter, walnuts, pecans, chia seeds, flax seeds. So, olive oil, canola oil, vegan butter, vegan ice cream, vegan cheese. So I get a lot of omega-3 in my diet, but you don't have to be vegan to get omega-3. It's easier to get enough omega-3 as a vegan, like a lot easier. But I recommend taking omega-3 like fatty acid tablets as well if you're struggling with depression. My psychiatrist in the past has recommended. I don't have all the answers at the end of the day. Do you think it's witchcraft to keep a 4-leaf clover? Why? Why do you think so? Okay, yeah, love Anthony Yun's comment. Capitalism was never condemned by the church. Capitalism is a tool. It's how you use it that determines whether it was used the right or the wrong way. Avocado taco. It literally says in the catechism that the church does not support the nature of capitalism. Can the Church of Christ ever accept the Eucharist as the real body and blood of Christ? Yes. So many Church of Christ people have left Church of Christ and become Catholic and accepted that it is really Jesus. I think we should have a balance between capitalism and socialism. Our country literally is a balance between capitalism and socialism. We have so many socialism programs in the US. We have Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, public roads, public beaches, public national parks, public education. Socialist programs in the US. That's socialism. That's democratic socialism. We already have a democrat socialist country. I don't even know why he uses the word socialism because everyone gets so triggered by it. Sorry to use the word triggered. I feel like that's the best way to describe that. I know people with mental illness get offended because you will only want to use it as like triggered an episode. But yeah, just straight up, like not to offend everyone, but people get triggered by the word socialism. What was that yawn? Oh, I kind of want to make avocado toast. Hi, Google account. Missed you. If you are evolved, might as well eat some cake. Oh my gosh, I have ice cream! Oh my gosh, guys, I totally forgot. It's vegan ice cream. I'm gonna go get it. I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. It's the easiest way to get a dopamine hit. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is oat milk ice cream. It's made with oats. It's called Coffee Fudge Swirl. How are you doing, Lizzie? I'm in depression today. I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. Wait, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go get cacao nibs. This is like the best night ever. I had no idea. I totally forgot about this. Okay, you guys. So this is a big vegan thing that everyone does. It's called cacao nibs. And it's really, really, really bitter. But you put it on smoothies and stuff. Like mostly like acai bowls. I put cacao nibs on. And granola on acai bowls. And it's so good. Trader Joe's has acai mixes. And I thought it'd be so hard. But you just mix the frozen acai with mangoes and strawberries. And then I'm going to put some cacao. Okay. I put some cacao in my ice cream. Cacao is a really good source of omega-3. That's actually why I got it. Because I was trying to gain weight for a while. And I don't know if I am anymore. I probably should try and gain weight. I kind of realized, like, I'm fine with my weight. I probably should gain weight. But it's like if I'm eating so much food, you know, like, I should have my body for how I want my body. Is there such thing as kale smoothies? Yes, I love kale smoothies. I put kale in my smoothies a lot. You are my queen, Lizzie. Eat what you like and exercise with moderation. If you feel sad, you should just eat ice cream. That's so smart. Lizzie, what do you think of mukbangs? I do mukbangs a lot. Yeah, I should totally just eat ice cream the next time I'm in depression. Because I need dopamine, right? And sometimes when I'm in depression, I can't even work out. I need, like, more workout buddies. Kale ice cream. Much love from Ohio. I used to live in Ohio, in Bowling Green, Ohio, near Cleveland. Someone just said you can't have ice cream during Lent. I didn't give up ice cream for Lent. I gave up music. I was about to recommend you try Japanese chicken rice. I ate chicken rice in Singapore right before I went vegan, and it was so good. I'm so glad I waited to be vegan until I left Singapore. Or I was just there for a week. Lizzie, are you into stand-up comedy? No, but one of my best friends is, and he does it sometimes. And I would totally go to it, but he doesn't want me to go to it. We both know there is no cream in the ice cream. It tastes like ice cream though. I mean, I haven't had ice cream in 4 years. But it tastes like ice cream. I was binge watching Jordan Taylor. He's from Blind Me Cow. And I saw a comment from you and it was so long, like an entire essay. That's so funny. I was definitely manic when I wrote it. Mimi says, I have been praying and reading my Bible every day since the beginning of Lent. I feel closer to God. Oh, that makes me so happy. I kind of want to bake a cake. I should bake a cake. What flavor of ice cream are you eating? It's coffee fudge swirl. Are there any more questions, you guys? Do you hope to be a saint someday? And what do you hope to be the saint of? Bipolar disorder. I want someone to be the saint of bipolar disorder. Which YouTuber is next on your crusade? I don't know. Do you have any advice for going off to college? Be really, really social, talk to everyone, join a ton of activities to get to know friends. How is your not listening to music going? I've been listening to Relevant Radio and Scott Hahn audiobook, and I've been learning so much, so it's been really fun. How did you find the live stream with Brenda? It was so fun. I love her so much. I want to be friends. We are going to hang out for sure. I don't really have any YouTube friends just because when I was in LA, mostly when I was in LA, I was in Malibu and I was just like focused on my college friends, you know? So I never really did collabs or anything. So it was one of my first collabs and it was a really positive experience. So I'm glad I did it. She said that no one's ever collabed with her. No other Christian channel. Like, she's asked people to collab and they all say no. Look how much cacao I put in this, guys. That's all cacao. Will you do a collaboration video with Michael Voris? Probably not. I kind of disagree with his approach to things. That's so cool you're visiting the Franciscan Sisters of the Eucharist. Lizzie, your experience converting to Catholicism should make you reflect on whether what you hate about Trump is just because of what you have been told. I actually do my own research and read his speech transcripts and stuff. So I do not watch CNN or MSNBC or any of the liberal news sources at all. So my main issue is that he's deregulated a lot of the environmental regulations he's gotten rid of. Things that prevent coal from entering breast milk. There's literally coal particles in everyone's breast milk because of pollution. And there's so many poisons that cause cancer coming from factories. And so we had regulations to get rid of that. And Trump undid the regulations that people like Ronald Reagan and Nixon put into place. It's so weird. Oh. I was like, what are you talking about? My Hebrew Bible, my patron saint, and a Bible. I really recommend this Bible. It's called the Little Rock Study Bible. I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. It has so many notes and everything. Could you ever vote for a Democrat who is pro-choice? Yes, I have only ever voted for Democrats who are pro-choice. I've never voted for a Republican in my life. Lizzie, do you miss Russia? I was a baby, so I don't really remember it. Lizzie, have you seen The Two Popes on Netflix? No, should I watch it? I like how your food crunches when you chew. It makes me hungry, and I just had lunch. Go eat dinner. The crunch of the cacao is satisfying. You really helped my Protestant girlfriend consider Catholicism. Yay! One of the first videos that I saw was when you were with Josh Speaks. Oh my gosh, yeah, I collabed with him. I remember that. That was really fun. We did a video on how to be happy. Would you ever vote for a Republican? Have you seen the movie The Call of the Wild? It sounds familiar. Does Brenda ever have any idea to become Catholic again? I think she totally could become Catholic. She loves Catholicism. She thinks it's so beautiful. So I think she really would appreciate the sacrament so much. But I think the homosexuality issue will be really hard for her to get over. But I was able to get over it. Like, I was making so many YouTube videos on how gay marriage should be legalized and gay marriage should be in the church. Like, I was making YouTube videos of exegesis of proving why the Bible is not against that. And I was able to change my mind on it. It was so hard. Would you try going whole food plant-based? I already am. I'm a plant-based, whole food plant-based vegan. What Christian denomination do you know whose baptism isn't valid? So for those of you who don't know, most Protestant Christian baptisms are valid in that they are Trinitarian. Mormon baptism is not valid because they don't believe in God. I mean, they believe in God, but in a different version of God. It's not the Christian God. You and Brenda really had an amazing, peaceful debate I've ever known. Hi, Lizzie. Do you oppose gay marriage? We already talked about this for 20 minutes, so go watch the beginning of the vlog. Just start at the beginning and we talk about it in the first, 2 minutes, I think. Or maybe, 2 minutes in, I think we started talking about this. Lizzie, are you worried about coronavirus? Obviously. I mean, I'm not going to die from it, but, people's grandparents will. So, the most people who have died live near where my boyfriend's family lives, so it's, really scary that it's right there. So I'm really scared that people will keep dying. Can the Church of Christ members who have never left the church believe in the real body and blood of Christ in the Eucharist? That's what I meant. So if you're asking if in Church of Christ the communion is the Eucharist, it's not the body and blood of Christ. But some people in Church of Christ could believe in the real presence of the Eucharist and not end up leaving Church of Christ But that's really, really weird. I think they would go become Orthodox or Catholic if they began believing in the real presence of the Eucharist, right? Like, why would you stay Church of Christ? I'm getting more cacao if you just got here. Guys, thumbs up the video. Let's get the video to 120 thumbs up. Pray for Bren to become Catholic. Yeah, absolutely. She'd be so happy as a Catholic. Cacao nibs. Oh my gosh, this is so high in saturated fat. That's so good. And wow, this is so good to have in my life. Cacao is so healthy. Wow. Because it doesn't have any of the sugar. It just has the fat in it. What else does this have? So it has 3 grams of unsaturated fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, carbs, fiber, and protein. Wow. Cacao is like the way to go. Out of the bag. Raw cacao tastes bitter. It does. It's just raw cacao. So it's really bitter, but on the ice cream it's good because I don't have ice cream very often. Like, I don't go out to eat or eat snacks. I only like make my own food. So my sugar receptors are not used to sugar. So ice cream tastes so sweet. So it's good to have like a bitter to intermix. Does that make sense? Because my sugar receptors are like not used to sweetness. I use cacao nibs when I make vegan banana ice cream. Which is called nice cream. I made that a couple nights ago. It was so good. I blended together frozen banana, frozen mango, and frozen raspberry. It was so good. Lizzie, I don't understand how it's possible for you to be depressed. That's why everyone in my life told me I didn't have depression when I was diagnosed with depression. They're like, you don't have depression. You're lying about having depression. Your diagnosis is wrong. You don't have depression. Just because I look happy doesn't mean I'm not depressed. Like, and when you're in front of other people and when you're on camera, you're putting on a show. You're faking your personality. You're not how you actually are. Like, the moment I turn this off, I'm going to be like... You know what I mean? I have no energy and everything. Wait, let me put these books back. Like, that's part of why I didn't want to live stream, but I should totally live stream whenever I'm depressed. Because it forces me to be my YouTube personality, which is really, really happy. So, this cacao is so good. I can't take this anymore. I'm making an ice cream. Oh my gosh, I thought there was a bug, but it's just a fuzzy. I'm making an ice cream run. Oh my gosh, that's so funny that I like prompted that. And get cacao nibs too. I'm depressed too. Trying to go to school and do homework feels impossible. What made you go back to Catholicism? Go YouTube search why I'm becoming Catholic Lizzie. Why I'm becoming Catholic Lizzie, and the video will come up where I explain why I went to Catholicism. What flavor ice cream is it? It's oat ice cream. Coffee fudge. I hope whoever makes the ice cream run gets vegan ice cream. Wouldn't that be so cool? Vegan ice cream is bomb. It's honestly so easy to be vegan. Like, Imagine before they had like vegan butter, vegan meat, vegan cheese, vegan everything. It's so easy to be vegan. Lizzie, do you know that Dua Lipa told her 30 million Instagram followers to vote for Bernie? I would too if I loved Bernie that much. And I had 30 million followers. Like, absolutely, you want to use your voice. Like, that's so tempting to influence that many people. Wow. Life simply, I'm in one of my bipolar highs right now. Super happy and hyper. I'm going through a divorce and I'm happy for my husband and his new partner right now. But during my lows, I cuss him out and threaten. Wow. That's pretty intense differences between your episodes. Obviously, I'm getting vegan ice cream. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. This is so good. Is that oil free? Okay, so it has oat milk, sugar, corn syrup, water, cocoa, chocolate, coconut oil, cane sugar, tapioca, coconut oil, coffee extract, tapioca. Yeah. One serving is just 240 calories. That's barely anything. Lizzie, you also inspired me to make an ice cream run. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Get some cacao nibs too. I mostly like only find cacao nibs at Whole Foods. I've never found them anywhere else. They don't have them at Trader Joe's. So instead I got cacao powder, and then I like don't know what to do with my cacao powder. What do you guys do with cacao powder? Do you cook with it? Like bake? Everyone's going to get ice cream. You guys are so funny. Use it in cakes and stuff. Does cacao melt in the oven? Hot chocolate. Yeah, the ice cream has made me feel better in my depression. Maybe that's... I use cacao powder in banana ice cream and baking. Ooh. Cakes and pastries. Oh my gosh! Joy says, your vegan Lent challenge is easier than I thought. Might keep up the vegan diet after Lent. Oh, I'm so happy. See, isn't it so fun to be vegan? Tell everyone else. It's so fun to be vegan. Lizzie, Why would you stay in the Church of Christ if you believe in the Eucharist? I'm not Church of Christ, I'm Catholic. I used to be Church of Christ. Can I reform the church? Just go back to being Catholic. Church of Christ is wrong. My sister became vegan after giving up meat for Lent a couple years ago. Yeah, you just get addicted to it for sure. Okay, I'm done with the ice cream. I feel really full. I still might make avocado toast though. Lizzie, I didn't know this was an ASMR stream. Okay. Cacao is so good in ice cream. Like, wow. I'm blown away how good the cacao in the ice cream is. I'm done eating ice cream. Where's the ice cream lid? What happened to it? Oh, here we go. Okay, that was good. That made me happy. Is this bad to, like, I've never tried it before in depression to eat sweets when I'm in depression. I feel like that's probably why people gain weight in depression. Because I never would think of eating sweet things. I don't know, because I'm not really into sweets. I missed your Mary icon that's usually on your windowsill. It's over there. She is non-denominational Calvary Chapel. No, I'm not. I'm Catholic. What the heck, you guys? That's so mean. Lizzie, you don't think the Church of Christ can have reform? I mean, it could, but the reform would need to be everyone to become Catholic. They can have, okay, so there could be like a Church of Christ rite in Catholicism where they have a cappella worship and stuff. Make Lizzie Catholic again. I am Catholic. This live makes me feel like I'm in an oddly satisfying mukbang. Chia seeds in ice cream. Wow. Guys, thumbs up the video. Also, if you recently got here, links below is my merch store. I've created a lot of merch. I have t-shirts and mugs and stickers and phone cases and tote bags. And no, they do not just all have my face on it. They don't say Lizzie's Answers at all. They say Catholic things on them. So they have Vatican flags, Catholic quotes, Bible verses, St. Peter's face. So definitely go check out my merch. Click the link while you're watching. Just scroll through and see if you want to buy anything. They also make really good gifts for other people. So definitely check out my merch. I'm so excited about it. It's so funny, some of the things that they say, because they're like so Catholic. So I have a line that says, for Lent, I'm giving up the Protestant Reformation. So Lent themed merch. And then I have t-shirts with Peter on them. And then on the back, they say, for I will give thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And then they say, P.S. check out Isaiah 22. Because Isaiah 22 talks about the keys of the kingdom for the second in command position to the king, which is what Jesus is referring to. And then there's mugs that have Peter with the quote. And then for Lent, I'm giving up the Protestant Reformation. And then there's t-shirts with that. And then there's stickers with everything. And phone cases with Peter on them. So there's a lot of stuff to check out. I'm so excited about it. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna go soon because I'm getting really tired. Cacao is so good in ice cream. I can't believe how good it is. I ate so much of my cacao. I just did my nightly prayer and I prayed for you. Thank you so much, Mimi. I appreciate you guys a lot. What is your favorite thing about God? That's a hard question. I think his judgment being able to know right from wrong and giving us a law and a way to live, because it's interesting that I think judgment, I wouldn't, you expect people to say love or something, but it's the most loving thing to do, to give us rules of ways to not harm ourselves, because that's what God's law is, how to not harm yourself, how to be happy. If you want to be truly happy and free, you'll follow God's law. So him being able to judge our actions and judge the intention of our heart really helps with that. How do you get back into Lent after failing big time? I did. I feel so depressed now. It's hard to be excited or energetic about Lent again. Oh my gosh. I'm going to talk about this in my vlog because I really failed Lent. So I'm just going to keep trying because I'm in depression and sleeping like 13 hours a day. So just like forgive yourself and start over, because I know for me, like maybe not all of you are like, oh, I'm in depression right now and that's why I'm acting like this. Like not everyone can say that, but it's important to just start over and like make the best of it. So I had so many challenges for Lent, like too many, and I've kept like half of them. Where do you get your vegan produce? At Trader Joe's. Thank you guys for thumbsing up the video. I appreciate it. Do you think that God decides what's right or wrong, or does he just know it? He just knows it because it's true. Is there a pope, ancient or modern, who you particularly admire? No, I haven't done enough research into them. Is it awkward in heaven? Because Jesus existed before Mary, but she was his mother. Can she still tell him to go to his room? But she wouldn't do that because he's perfect. What do you mean? Good night, Lizzie, and God bless you always. What's up, buddy? Why are you so sweet? Aww. Some days I forgot to pray the rosary, same. And I was going to fast on Fridays for Lent, but I passed out last Friday. Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't do that then. Did you vote for Elizabeth Warren? I'm not going to say who I voted for. Don't be depressed. You may start another Protestant church. How many rosaries do you pray per day? 1. Lizzie, don't cry in bed. I won't cry. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. here in Germany. How are you up so early? That's incredible. Do you have any Eastern Orthodox or Oriental Orthodox friends? No. I mean, online I do. We need a Catholic voting guide 2020. Okay, I'm gonna make a video called Catholic Voting Guide 2020 and talk about how you need to vote for local candidates. Have you hired a Divine Mercy chaplet? Yes, I've done that before. Have you seen the cute icon of the Holy Family with the infant Jesus playing with flies? That can't be a real thing. Is that a real thing? I'm sad because my cat is dying of old age. I know, you said this before and I read it before and it's really sad. Aww. Yes, city and state government is so important. Why is hell for eternity? Because souls are immortal. Will you be happy again? Yeah. What do you think about Muslims and Islam in general? In a lot of ways, Islam is more orthodox than Protestants in certain ways. Boy, you're hyperbolic tonight. About what? Wish I could stay but have to go to work. Okay, good night. Can you fall asleep with a smile? So you love modesty? Yes. You should do a collab with Gabby after hours. Oh my gosh. I totally should. Okay, I'm gonna DM on Twitter when I get done with. Can someone DM me on Twitter and remind me to do that? I think it's cowardly to avoid voting just to avoid sinning. Why are you depressed? Because my brain just goes into depression sometimes for no reason. Do Catholics have prayer rules? I don't know what you mean by that. Have a good work day, Orthodox. Yeah, have a good day at work. Or going to sleep to go to work. Whatever it was. Do you love bikinis? Yes, I wear bikinis. I made a modest bikini video on my channel, so go watch it. Is there a situation where you could see yourself debating Jacqueline Glenn or other atheists? Yes, I would love to debate them. The truth will set them free. Advice for meeting good Christian guys. I feel like all parishes around are majority older people. I mean, I met some guys at my parish. I'm so tired, you guys. I'm gonna go when it's been 90 minutes because that's an hour and a half. I feel like I stuck around. When I used to get depressed, I used to read The Imitation of Christ every day. What spiritual tools do you do to fight depression? I don't have any. Has Jacqueline Glenn responded yet? No. Have you ever been to Santa Barbara Mission? No. Do you treat your chats like a lullaby? No. God bless you for evangelizing Catholicism. So basically Jacqueline Glenn's fiance commented on the video and he said he would send it to her. So she's watched my video. She knows about my video, but she doesn't. My thing is I don't think she's going to respond to it because I don't think that, well, number one, I don't think it's cringy enough for her audience. And I think it's so complex the ways I debated her and completely obliterated her arguments. I think she doesn't have the resources to thoroughly refute me. Because I'm right. Like, all the ways that I debated her, she just doesn't understand Christianity at all. And I think it's embarrassing, too. So I don't think she would show that on her channel. Her getting completely obliterated by Christian arguments. My first confession is on Friday. I wish me luck, y'all. I'm going to bed now. Sleep well, everyone. Good night. Is the rosary the best way to pray as a Catholic? I just like impromptu praying to God more. Rosary is like petitionary prayer and meditative. But I just like talking to God. You know? Just like impromptu praying. Yeah, she oversimplified the arguments. Cheer up. What surprised you the most about talking with Brenda Goddess Gray? How positive she is about Catholicism. That really surprised me. She kept saying, you're improving my view of Catholicism so much. And she said that the sacraments are beautiful, so many things. And she didn't bring up gay marriage. That surprised me. I thought she was definitely going to bring it up and I was going to have to talk about that to her audience. And it also surprised me how much she wanted to talk about the Catholic sex abuse crisis. I didn't think that the conversation would go there at all. And I'm grateful that I've done my own research and was prepared to talk about it. How does this have to do with depression? So we've been on the live stream for 88 minutes and we already talked about that and we've been moving on to other topics and I've been addressing other people's questions and all. So that's why we're not talking about that right now. Lizzie, what would you do for work if you weren't a YouTuber? I would want to be a campus minister or a therapist. I loved your response on the sex abuse crisis. Thank you. I've spent so much time researching it just because the Pennsylvania report came out right after I was confirmed. So I was kind of thrown into it and forced to do research. Can a Catholic go to a Protestant event? Have you been to any California missions? No. You'd be a great therapist. Are you planning to get married with your boyfriend? We haven't planned anything yet just because we want to save up money for a wedding because he especially has a lot of family and I have a lot of friends. I barely have any family. Kind of a strange question, but do you think that Satan watches your videos? Yeah, I think they're aware of everything going on in the world. I think you did great in your conversation with Brenda. I didn't see you obliterate the young lady. No, I was talking about Jacqueline Glenn. I wasn't talking about Goddess Gray. It seemed you had a decent debate. Granted, she had some other ideas where it seemed as if you had warmed her up and was winning her over. How many kids do you want? 4. What do you think Satan thinks of you? I think that he's really grateful that whenever I have, like, when I went into depression and stuff in college, I was so ready to turn my back on God. And he really likes that when I'm in a mental health episode, I don't focus on my spiritual life, but I only focus on like the physical psychiatrist aspect of my mental illness. So I think he thinks that's a great way to tear me away from God. He's afraid of you. Lizzie, will you ever become Orthodox? Probably not, but I'm always open to seeing evidence about it. It would be an issue with Trevor, so we'd both do like thorough research together and it'd be a group decision. Are you based in LA? Yes. Is Trevor in the comments? No, he's not in the comments right now. He could be listening to this though, I don't know. It's not a sin to go to a Protestant event. What do you think about ecumenism? I know how to say ecumenical. I don't know how to say ecumenism. Ecumenism. Someone spell it out. I'm so tired right now. Do you want kids? Yeah, I want 4 kids, not 6. Trevor 2020. I just got this amazing book on Catholic prayer. Do you still feel separated from God in depression? My depression isn't bad right now. It's light depression. Catholic broke up prayers, I think it's called. Ecumenicalism is beautiful. I found it interesting that you brought up the sexual revolution in your response about the sex abuse crisis. Pope Benedict XVI recently wrote a letter, like last year or something, he wrote a letter about it, and that's what he concluded as well, which I was shocked at first, but it's true. What do you think of the Church of England? They broke away from the Pope. What else is there to think? Final question about Satan. Do you think he has hobbies? Like the kind of hobbies we humans have? I know this is very silly and non-theological, but I'm really curious. No, because he's just like, Satan is frozen. Like his wings are frozen and he like flaps his wings, but he can't fly. And when he flaps his wings, everyone else is frozen in hell. Not frozen, but really, really cold, and it makes them even colder and tortures them when he flaps his wings. That's Dante's interpretation. Who's your patron saint? Saint Irenaeus of Lyon. They are frozen. The wings are frozen, but they're still flapping. Is it a sin to be in a relationship with a non-Catholic? Trevor 2020. No, it is not a sin. You can be in a relationship with a non-Catholic, but I think you have to be, so like in getting married, the main point of getting married is to get to heaven. So whoever you marry is supposed to help you get to heaven. And the whole point of getting married also is to raise children together and to raise children in Catholicism. So when getting married, your number 2 question should be 1, will this person help me get to heaven? Number 2, will this person help me raise my kids in the Catholic Church? So those are your 2 questions. So a non-Catholic totally could help you with those things. But I think it's rare and I think it's harder. It will be so much harder to be married to a non-Catholic. So I recommend breaking up and finding a Catholic or converting them into Catholicism. Like, I actually don't recommend breaking up. I recommend praying every single day, praying 3 times a day for them to become Catholic, and then I think they'll become Catholic, because that's actually worked with so many people. So no, don't break up. Have hope that they will become Catholic. Does making this live video help you cope with depression? Yeah, because it helps me like be my YouTube personality. If you were to get strong evidence that Christianity does not map onto reality, would that change your mind? Do you have any evidence that could be sufficient to change your mind? So I am a Christian because of the evidence of the resurrection. So you'd have to prove that the gospel accounts are fake or were made up or were changed or were unsure about the wording for the resurrection. But so far we have 5,000 copies of the New Testament corpus, and so I mean it'd be next to impossible like at this point, because the reason we know what the original manuscripts are is because we have the copies of the texts like all around the ancient world, and so we know what the original ones mean, and we have them like translated into other languages as well, and so it's like we have 99.5% accuracy, and the 0.5 that we don't know is not about the resurrection. We have 100% accuracy on those resurrection accounts. So I just think that that'd be impossible. It'd have to be like we wake up and all that evidence is gone, or all the evidence is changed. I'm going to sleep, Lizzie. Love you. Love you too. How is your YouTube personality different than your real life self? I think that my YouTube personality is part of myself, but I'm generally more chill. I don't talk that much. I ask questions more than I talk. My manic self is similar to my YouTube self. Yeah, I just don't talk as much. I'm quieter. I spend a lot of time alone, so I'm not with people very much. I listen to music constantly. I don't talk to people around me that much. I get annoyed if people interrupt me. I'm kind of like, I can be coarse a little bit with how I talk to people. So I'm more rude than I am, and I speak out if something annoys me. So I'm kind of harsh, is what I'm trying to say, with how I communicate. And if I disagree with someone, I tell them. I kind of sugarcoat the way I say things on here, which might be shocking because I'm like very upfront. But in my live streams, I'm more myself in that I'm more confrontational and more honest. But in person, I'm really, really, really harsh, and I don't sugarcoat anything to anybody. I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, I've been trying to get better, but yeah, I've been really working on getting better. Your hair is beautiful. Thank you. A Protestant preacher, of course it was a Protestant preacher, told me to stop taking my medication for OCD and God will cure my mental illness. How do you feel about this? Horrible advice. Do not listen to him. I hate Protestant toxic theology. So toxic. Why do we keep talking about four-leaf clovers and witchcraft? It's a freaking plant. Make sure that a potential spouse at the very least is a Trinitarian Christian. That's a good term, Trinitarian Christian. What do you think about Pentecostal churches? I think there's a charismatic movement within Catholicism, so I can't really say anything negative towards Pentecostal churches because it's more similar, you know? Feeling depressed, Lizzie, me too. Didn't have a good day, but I'm sending love your way. Oh, that's really sweet. Good night, Robert. Have a good night. Sleep well. Do you believe that witches actually ride brooms? No. How old are you? 25. I'm turning 26 in July. How old do you guys think I look? Do you take any anxiolytic medication besides bipolar medication? Does it work? I take 3 bipolar medications. I take Lamictal, Lamotrigine, Seroquel, Quetiapine, and Vraylar. You look 25. You look 22. Hi, amazing Lizzie. Hi, Michael. How are you doing today? Beauty doesn't have an age. I'm 25 too. Lizzie, I'm also turning 26 this July. Gonna go. Good night, everyone. Good night, Brandon. Hi, Lizzie. What is the name of your cat? Christmas. I'm 29 and people think I'm 21 to 22. 16? No. I'm turning 22 in July. That's such a fun age. 22. I don't know about you, but I bet you want to. I'll keep on dancing like we're 22. You look younger and sound so old and mature. Okay, this is my last question. For real, do you believe in ghosts? It depends on how you define it. I know it's a horrible answer, but it's true. Like, everything depends on how you define it. Guys, let's thumbs up the video. Let's get to 50 thumbs up. We're already at 100 minutes. Wow, I was gonna leave at 90 minutes, but you guys created really good conversation. I love you, Liz. I feel depressed and lonely at times and everything will be okay. Oh, I love you too. That's so sweet. God bless you, Lizzie. Have you heard about the controversy surrounding OK Sage? No. If you don't like toxic Protestant theology, maybe you can make a video refuting Stephen Furtick's sermon implicitly and explicitly denying the Trinity. Hi, Lizzie. What's your opinion on Hinduism and Buddhism? I love you, Lizzie. Yesterday, my patron saint's feast day. Who's your patron saint? I believe in the Holy Ghost. Love from India. I'm 26, but I look old enough to be your dad. LOL, I'm balding. That's so sad. So many guys are, though. It happens. Lizzie, are you on meds? Yes, I'm on Lamictal, Seroquel, and Vraylar. I'm gonna take my meds right after I leave and talk to you guys. Guys, let's get the video up to 150 thumbs up. We're almost there. Also, guys, before I go, linked below is my merch store. So I have t-shirts, mugs, stickers, phone cases, and tote bags. So click the link below. All the merch is designed personally with so much love. So there are Catholic quotes, Vatican flags, St. Peter's on them. My face is on some of the merch, but it doesn't only say Lizzie's Answers with my face. It says Catholic things. It's not like Lizzie focused merch. So definitely click the link, see if you like anything from the merch shop. I made sure to make it really, really affordable. So like the lowest possible prices the site would allow. So I made sure to make it super affordable. There's a lot of YouTubers who are selling t-shirts for like $70 and stickers for $20 and bags for $100. So I didn't want to be like that YouTuber. So my face. Anyway, so make sure to click the link, check it out. You'll get a great laugh when you see the merch. It seems like you are happier right now. God bless you. I hope you feel better. Good night. The love your power has over me makes me believe everyone should be vegan, as hurting animals should all be banned by law. Do believe... What does that even say? Do believe that souls in purgatory come to haunt the living to get revenge, finish unfinished business, or ask for prayer. No, none of that is true. That's what certain like tribal religions think. But sing, please, Lizzie. What do you want me to sing? Why do you make so many live stream videos? Because people request them a lot. Again, make sure to click the link, check out my merch store, look at everything. It'll make me so happy for you to see the designs. What is your favorite part about Catholicism? Probably having all of the saints, the communion of saints. I love the live streams. I'm happy you're here. Sing The Ghost of Robert E. Lee. I'm so tired, you guys. I want to sleep. What saint is your favorite? I don't know. There's so many. Yes, I'm a devout Catholic now. Do you have a cognitive dissonance listening to secular music as a Catholic? Because I love Lana Del Rey. I don't have cognitive dissonance, no. Maybe I should. Lizzie, are there saints that the Orthodox have that Catholics don't? Yes. My favorite is the Eucharist. Night, Lizzie, in group. See you in another one. Favorite Beatle? What? That's disgusting. Did you know Lana Del Rey grew up Catholic? No, so many people grew up Catholic that have left. Lizzie, are you afraid of going to hell? Only when I mortal sin, and then before I go to confession, I'm scared to go to hell, which is rare. Saints are like Pokemon, gotta catch them all? What does that even mean? My favorite Beatle is the Rhino Beetle. Lady Gaga was Catholic. Selena Gomez grew up Catholic as well. It's crazy. I sneezed today and I got so scared that I had the coronavirus. Byzantine icons are the best. Do Catholics and Church of Christ have the same view on hell? Absolutely not. Catholics are open to the idea that non-Christians can be in hell. Is Matt Mayer still around in Catholic music circles? I don't know. I don't really know anything about him at all. Is Taylor Swift a Catholic? No. Paul, John, Ringo, and George. Her smile always makes my depression feel so much better. Is it possible that hell is empty? I don't know. So is your voice. It's relaxing. Okay, you guys. I'm so tired. Hi. What is Taylor Swift's religion? I don't think she has one. Don't worry about the coronavirus. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and making me feel better. I think it's so funny that all of you wanted to do ice cream runs during this live stream. Make sure to click the link in the video description, thumbs up the video, go check out my merch. I really appreciate all of the support. I love you guys so much, and I'm so sad to go because I know there's so many more comments, but I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!